Ethereum was, in my opinion, the story. It was the story. It was the success. It was a testament of success of the 2020 bull market. 2018 was a promise coin run. Ethereum delivered. Ethereum was the story of 2020, the 2019, 2020, 2021 bull market. Ethereum has MakerDAO, Compound, Aave, Hex, all these projects on it, real world use case and things like that. So Pulsechain, the world's largest airdrop, the system state fork of the Ethereum, of the story of the 2020 bull market. Will Pulsechain be the story of the upcoming bull market? Crypto Coffee.
Yes, I really do believe that Pulsechain and the launch of Pulsechain is going to give everybody a second chance to admit they were wrong without admitting they were wrong. You know what I mean? A lot of the influencers that hated on Hex, that don't want to admit that maybe they even bought a little bit, maybe they even made some money on it. Once Pulsechain comes out, it's going to give them the excuse to say, oh, well, you know, Hex is one thing, but I don't really like Hex, but I love Pulsechain. I totally get it, you know, and they'll change their tune and it'll be an easy way. And that's fine. If they don't want to have the balls to apologize formally, they can take the cop out of, oh, I didn't like Hex, but I totally like Pulsechain, and maybe Hex isn't so bad. And it's going to open the gates. I think Pulsechain is really bringing the gates down because for some reason, people understand layer ones right now a lot more than they understand Bitcoin store value competitor. I mean, Hex didn't make sense to a lot of people, and I think a lot of people wrote it off as a get-rich scheme for Richard Hart, which when you realize how rich Richard already is, doesn't make any sense at all, especially when he tells you verbatim that he's trying to give back now at this late stage in his life, you know what I mean? Yeah. So in his career, I should say.
It's late for crypto. Like 43 is like,
oh, he's a young dude. He's a young dude relatively, you know, but I meant just in his business experience, you know, he's already done the whole business thing, which he did business in his 20s and he got rich and retired by 25. I mean, how often does that happen? You know, that's kind of a rare case.
Yeah. And so, I call Hex a retirement community. We're going to become a retirement community.
I like that. I like that. Yeah. We're a retirement community, or, you know, we're all a future retirement community.
Yeah. So. It's like in The Sopranos. I don't know if you saw that, but they called it a nursing home. It's like, it's not a nursing home. It's a retirement community. So Hex, we're a retirement community. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be happy to spend my last days with all you guys. It'd be a lot of fun. Can you imagine just having yacht parties? We're all geriatrics. No, but Pulsechain will bring the gates down in terms of, you can already see it. CoinMarketCap is changing their tune. Binance, who owns CoinMarketCap, actually shouted out Richard Hart in their list of most influential people in crypto of 2022 because Richard was a write-in. He wasn't on the list, but he was so much of a write-in that they had to actually talk about him because he's like the most popular guy that nobody wants to talk about. He's the Andrew Tate of crypto. He's the Donald Trump of crypto, right? Everybody loves him or hates him, but whether or not you love him or hate him, you know who he is. You know exactly who he is. And some people can flip their tune using Pulsechain as a convenient excuse. And I think that's what we're going to see. A lot of news articles might be written favorably for once about Pulsechain. The skepticism might still be there, but it's going to be a lot harder to be a skeptic once you realize that this guy's serious. I mean, what kind of scammer puts in years and years of work into his products to make sure they're legit, complete, no bugs? What kind of scammer spends so much time and effort to scam his people and then never sells a single coin, right? Like people say, oh, he's just going to dump Hex. The only person that never dumped Hex was Richard. Like everyone else sold. A lot of other whales sold. No, Richard never sold. It's verifiable on chain, right? Like people want to make up these fan fictions, but you can go see the origin address coins. For the most part, they've never moved, and even if they have moved, they've never been sold. So yeah, Pulsechain. I mean, it's just going to bring the gates down. Long story short.
Yeah, beautifully said. And I think that's the misconception people don't realize is that they say, oh, yeah, the people that got in early, they're just going to dump on us. The whales, they're going to dump on us, all those things. But it's like stop putting them in your shoes because you're a pleb. You need a dump in order to get these things. These people are rich dudes. They don't have to work again. If you're a whale, you don't need the money. You're not thinking Lambo. You're not thinking Gucci jacket, unless you're outreach marketing. You're not thinking, you know, vacations, yachts. You already have that. You're just in it to see your net worth go up. So you could climb the ranks. You know, you can be the biggest, you know, the big man on campus, you know, when you go to a cocktail party. That's all it is at that point. Your needs are satisfied. So the whales, in fact, are the people that are benevolent in general. But yeah,
for the most part. And if a whale is a silly whale, so to speak, then they'll just blow all their money anyway on hookers and blow and Lambos, and then they won't have any money left because they were never ready for the riches anyway. But if you're prepared for the wealth, and look, I'm not extremely wealthy, but Hex did well for me. And I can speak from experience when I say that after I've got everything I need, you know, good car, nice roof over my head, I don't really want much else. I'm not a watch guy. I've never bought a Rolex, you know, I mean, maybe I will one day, but I'm not interested in buying all these things because I've got a pretty high quality of life and I don't need to sell any Hex, you know, at this point in time to fund my lifestyle. In fact, I could probably do with less, you know, I could probably get rid of a lot of the stuff that I have and still be pretty happy. So yeah, I think everybody does have to have a little taste of that wealth, which I was lucky enough to get, to realize that it doesn't actually make you happy, right? It's not the wealth. Like money can buy certain pleasures in life, but they're all short-lived. And once you've experienced them, you're like, okay, well, now what? And when you say now what, you're like, well, I kind of just want to make other people feel good and provide value to other people. How do I do that? Okay, let's keep shilling Hex. You know, let's start a business. Let's be an entrepreneur. You don't see a lot of rich retired dudes that are just pure gluttons that are just buying, you know, literally sitting on their yacht with hookers and blow all day. Yeah. I mean, yes, that's maybe 1 in 100, 1 in 1,000, but not often.
Those are the people that end up losing their money because, yeah, if you want to be rich, you have to get it. You have to have it together. I'm saying, like, you have to be focused. You have to be serious, or else you're going to lose. Those are the people emergency end staking. Those are the people that don't deserve to be holding the large pieces of the pie that a Hex whale should be holding. And that's what's great about this correction.